Hi, Linda here from Mom's Backyard Garden, and today we're going to be talking about how to care for African violets. Now I want to show you how these are all in bloom right now because I actually found the perfect spot in my house to actually get them to bloom, which seems to be a big issue with everybody that owns them. They usually say my house is where they come to die, which with me used to be the same. So this particular violet right here, it's got a really long stem. That's how I remember that I've had this one for probably going on 6 years now. And the stem is really long because through here is where I have been removing leaves as they die off. This is very dry, very dry. And that's one of the things that people fight with is overwatering, and violets don't like to be overwatered. And they don't like a whole lot of watering from the top. I do it very slowly. When I do it, see, if I set this down, it will fall over. That's how dry this is. And I'm going to give it a little bit of water. I only water about weekly. I check it. I kind of just ignore them and forget them, and they do well. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. And it's going to run through because that's how dry it is. Other than that, I would suggest you just put the water in the container. I usually have these sitting in some sort of a container that will hold water. Leave it in there. It will drink up that water and be just fine. Now, the discoloration on these leaves, I suspect that our weather is turning colder now. It's getting late October, and this is in my kitchen window, and these have been leaning against the glass. And I think they're just getting too cold at night. And that's why I'm getting these discoloration. So I will have to find another place to move it. We're upstate New York where we get snow. And these will freeze if I leave them in the window. So I'm going to have to move them somewhere else. They're probably going to stop blooming until spring when I put them back. I have 4 of them here. I did have 5. I killed one. It happens. And these blooms have been on here all summer. These are the second set of blooms. The first set was early summer, and they last for months. And now this is the second set. And see, now I've lost a leaf. It happens. If you get a fresh leaf, you can actually propagate this into another plant by sticking your leaf here down in the soil. Keep it moist while it's growing. Now, when you're caring for this violet, let me use this one so I can show you. When the flowers die off, I make sure they're really dead in here. This is going to dry out. These are starting to get crinkly. You can hear that. When these get really dead, the stem will turn brown, and you can go in here and gently just pinch it out and clean it up. And then when it's happy, it'll bloom more. These do like a lot of light. They don't like sunlight to hit them. If the sun shines directly on them, you're going to get leaf burning, which is looks a lot like this one here. I suspect these are from the cold though. But if they get the sun directly on them, they will burn up. And when your leaves die, just like I said, gently get in here and pinch out the dead ones. These sit in the window above my kitchen sink, so they get plenty of humidity. And then about once a week or so, when they're totally dried out, I add more water. And that's all I do for them. The sun does not shine directly on my kitchen window. This is a north-facing window. And for the winter, I'll have to put them back on the plant stand under the lights that I run. I don't run lights 24/7. I only run them during the daytime hours. And these do great. And next we'll be talking about some orchid tips. So come back and visit us here at Mom's Backyard Garden, and I'll see you then.